Sausage. Doctor sausage. Uncooked smoked sausage. Liver sausage. It's impossible to imagine a sandwich, a breakfast, or salad a la Russe without sausage. This meat product is popular all over the world, yet do we know what it contains? How much meat is in it? Why is it impossible to make sausage without various white powders? And what is liquid smoke, which is used instead of the natural smoking process? In our program, Misha Maslov will go to a meat factory and find what a sausage consists of. This factory produces about 25 tons of meat every day. It produces more than 200 products, from sausages and frankfurters to various meat delicacies. It all looks a bit scary, of course, but natural. And it's clear that sausage is made of real meat and not some soy powder or anything else. To learn about sausage ingredients, Misha Maslov chose the well-liked Doctor sausage. The plant technologist Vladimir Timchenko will help him. First of all, it's necessary to choose the right meat. Vladimir Leonidovich, I see that you have a lot of tanks with various meat, right? I see it's different.
Here we have semi-fat and fat. That's for thick wieners and frankfurters. Here you see servelat sausage, and here's Boston butt roast. What can we use it for? For a barbecue.
Well, and what meat shall we use to make Doctor sausage?
Look, we'll take lean pork. This one. We'll take half-fat pork and superior quality beef.
Aha! Sausage was first mentioned in Chinese and ancient Greek written sources. The Greek poet Homer in the Odyssey mentioned that soldiers who were staying in the house of Odysseus' wife were giving themselves up to gluttony and ate meat stuffed into beef intestines and roasted on fire. That was something like blood sausage. In Russia, sausage was first mentioned in Novgorod birch bark letters of the 12th century. This meat product was later described in the household book of the 16th century. Peter I's years were the golden age of sausage production. That was when the first sausage plant was established. Doctor sausage is considered the most balanced sausage in terms of balance of microelements. According to the Russian national standard, 100 kilos of Doctor sausage is to contain 225 kilos of beef, 70 kilos of semi-fat pork, 2 liters of cow milk, and 3 kilos of eggs.
Well, we need eggs to produce sausage, right? They need to be prepared. Well, usual water and usual eggs.
So it's usual water first.
Yes, we washed them there. Look, yes. Now we apply soda solution to wash away microorganisms so that they don't stay there.
Is there some special kind of technology, or is it done the same way we do it in our kitchen?
Well, you must understand that if you want to make fried eggs, you need to crack the eggs.
Are these eggs used to make any sausage or some specific kind of sausage?
Well, frankfurters, thick wieners, Doctor, boiled sausage as well, semi-smoked, cooked smoked, uncooked are made without eggs.
Why is the egg necessary? To give some properties or taste, or what?
First of all, taste.
Our presenter turned out to be quite good at cracking eggs, but he's behind the plant workers in speed. Qualified workers crack up to 18,000 eggs per shift. That's about 50 eggs per minute. Other ingredients of Doctor sausage include salt, sugar, nutmeg, cardamom, and food additives. Apart from these well-known ingredients, the recipe includes additives as well. Later in our program, what is hidden behind the E-number index? Is it possible to make sausage without white powders? Later in the program.
At present, according to the technical specifications, which is a basic document regulating the use of additives in general, in food processing industry, about 240 additives are allowed in meat processing. Well, in reality, only about 170 of them are really used in industry. Among them is sodium nitrite, antioxidants, various acidity regulators, stabilizers, and preservation agents.
One of the most widely used additives is sodium nitrate E250, nitrate salt. It's a synthetic additive, yet this substance is quite notorious. It's a proven fact that sodium nitrate affects the human body in a negative way, but only in case of excessive intake. It's not so simple to reach this limit. An adult can take up to 300 to 350 milligrams of sodium nitrate per day without risking their health. To put this in perspective, uncooked sausage contains 150 milligrams of it per kilo, whereas boiled sausage about 50 milligrams.
Of course, in big amounts, sodium nitrite may be really dangerous. But I would like to warn our consumers that it simply can't get into the product in big amounts. Why? Because it's not added separately. It's added together with table salt. I mean, that sodium nitrite gets into meat processing plants in the form of nitrite curing mixture. That's when sodium nitrite is mixed with table salt. In this respect, if the manufacturer puts too much table salt, yes, thus increasing the amount of sodium nitrite, the product will be too salty, and the consumer simply won't eat it.
To understand why sodium nitrate is added to meat products and why this additive is so popular with meat producers, we decided to carry out an experiment.
We're going to make sausage. One will contain sodium nitrite and the other won't.
All ingredients are sputtered into the meat cutter, used for meat chopping. Inside it, there are sharp blades which rotate at the speed of 5,000 revolutions per minute. To put this in perspective, airplane turbine blades rotate at the speed of 7,000 revolutions per minute. In order that the minced meat doesn't overheat as a result of such high speed, they add ice to it instead of water.
Yes. Look, you'll see that the water and the color of meat are changing.
Yes.
It's chopped for a quick lula kebab.
But it looks like paste, transforming into paste.
Like that, yes. It will be like sour cream. You'll see. We've already added the flavoring. This experiment is without sodium nitrite. Looks red on the whole yet. Yes, when it's ready, you'll see something interesting ahead.
The sausage mixture is chopped in the meat cutter for 10 minutes. After that, it acquires the necessary consistency.
Well, okay, have a look. 10 minutes have passed. We open the lid and see the sour cream I promised to you, right?
I don't know, really. It reminds me this, something like caviar spread.
Everything is according to the color. Everything's okay. Now the operator is taking it out, and you and I are conducting the next experiment and add sodium nitrite.
We add the same ingredient to the next mixing, and E250 sodium nitrate. And the eggs?
Yes, what we've prepared.
Yes.
We haven't milked a cow, but the eggs we have. Great. Close the lid and chop it again.
Vladimir Leonidovich, am I right that we've got two types of mincemeat ready?
Yes.
So far, I think the one in which we didn't add this sodium nitrate looks better. Sodium nitrate, right?
You're right. Okay, let's go to sausage molding to mold our sausage.
Okay.
I'm coming.
You go first, I'll follow you. Another additive which causes a lot of controversy is monosodium glutamate, E621. This additive is used to strengthen the taste of products, mainly meat products.
A lot of customers are now not willing to buy product if one of the ingredients is monosodium glutamate. Let's figure out what this monosodium glutamate or glutamic acid is. It is contained in any protein. I mean, any raw meat contains it, milk as well. The biggest amount of glutamic acid, by the way, is found in Parmigiano cheese.
Natural glutamic acid is one of the essential amino acids which plays a key role in carbohydrate exchange processes and takes part in oxidation processes. It's contained in many products, including cheese, pork, codfish, and even carrots, spinach, and green peas. Clean monosodium glutamate was first separated in Japan in the early 20th century. For many centuries, they used algae extract, rich in glutamate acid, to improve the taste of products. In Southeast Asia, they use prawns and fish bowels as a raw material for the additive as well.
As soon as glutamic acid is soluble, in the course of defrosting, it may ooze out of raw meat anyway together with a small amount of meat fluid. Therefore, there will be less of it. To get a product of a specific taste, manufacturers add sodium glutamate.
Are all additives dangerous? Can they be used for remedial purposes? And when will products with remedial ingredients appear on the shelves? In the Science and Research Institute of Meat Industry, they develop innovative additives, which are not only harmless, but also good for health. A substance designed for those recovering from stroke is undergoing clinical trial now. The additive is based on a protein compound, separated from muscular tissue of animals with disturbed blood circulation in the brain.
During the period of recovery from such intervention, after this condition, in the meat, in pork, biologically active compounds accumulate, which allow the animal to recover after a stroke. I mean, we can say that in case of an intake of such meat, if we're talking about a person who already had a stroke, this food therapy allows to accelerate the recovery of a person who had this condition.
Not only meat can accelerate the recovery, but also any other product with active compounds added in it. Experts of the Institute are developing methods to obtain these substances in order to be able to include them in the recipe of other products besides meat. The scientists already managed to separate biologically active substances out of pork stomach tissue.
Our technologies provide for extraction of these compounds and their introduction to the meat product as well, which ensures a prevention effect in case of GI tract illnesses. We have developed pastes intended to prevent GI tract illnesses.
So far, you won't find products with remedial additives on the shelves. The scientific developments haven't yet passed clinical trials required, but scientists promise that soon innovative goods will hit the shelves. Well, our experimental mixtures for Dr. Sausage with and without sodium nitrate are ready for molding.
Well, okay, we go on with the experiment.
Yes, yes.
Take out experiment number 1 without sodium nitrite in this machine, which is called sausage stuffer.
You mean you take it out of the tank, yes?
Yes. Look here, you see charging into cellulose casing.
Right.
We turn it over, there's a clip there, so we're making natural, classical Dr. Sausage in cellulose casing.
First without nitrates.
Without nitrites. Right, let's go.
Let's go. Dr. Sausage mixture is stuffed into cellulose casing. Each bologna weighs 2 kilos. The history of Dr. Sausage dates back to 1936. The Soviet government ordered scientists to develop a recipe of a product which could replace meat, and they came up with sausage, which was initially called Stalinskaya. Later on, the name was changed to Dr. Sausage. The product consisted first-class beef, pork, milk powder, eggs, and flavors. It was first of all aimed at, quote, the sick whose health was undermined as a result of the civil war and tyranny of the Tsar. End of quote. We're almost at the end of the experiment. Before we learn the differences between the two sausages, we need to boil them. Well, it's finally warm.
That's the end of our experiment.
Uh-huh.
This room is called cooking room. Here we cook, boil, and cool. You and me, we have two samples, right?
Uh-huh.
With nitride as well, and the thermal processes, they will be similar for both. We'll wait for about 3.5 hours to get the result of our experiment.
Oh, you mean that in 3.5 hours, we'll finally learn which one is tastier and more beautiful looking?
Yes, sure.
So, shall we put it here?
That's it. Put it here. Let's go. That's it. Close it. Close it and wait.
Before a product hits the shelves, it undergoes final testing in the laboratory. Samples taken from each batch are tested in terms of their conformity to the recipe, including whether the allowed quantity of additives exceeds the standard.
At this stage, we define the residue quantity of sodium nitrite in sausage. We have a good many agents, but the main of them is strong sulfuric acid, hot water. The sample is heated for quite a long time, which of course allows to get a solution like this. In fact, in this glass, we have a sausage extract with all its ingredients, including salt and sodium nitrite.
Then we add a special reagent to this solution, diphenyl naphthylamine. It's like litmus paper. It indicates whether there is sodium nitrate there or not.
And the final stage is a so-called color test. The solution becomes raspberry red. In one tube, we do not have sodium nitrite, and the solution will be pale in color. In the other, which has sodium nitrite, it will be bright raspberry red. To determine the quantity, we use filter, photometer. It determines the wavelength. And then, by way of specific calculations, we can find out how much sodium nitrite we have in sausage.
Later in the program, how to make smoked sausage without an oven. What is liquid smoke? How is it different from natural smoking? We're back in the cooking room. As the sausage is not ready yet, the presenter decides to check other chambers. In these big chambers, all heating takes place. Frying, smoking, boiling, everything. They told me in confidence that in this chamber, they have ready sausages, which I can even taste. Wow! The freshest sausages. Hot as patties. Frankfurters and Dr. Sausage are boiled meat products. Other products require different ways of heating, including smoking. Some manufacturers use additives instead of ovens, the so-called liquid smoke.
Products of smokeless smoking, as a rule, mean treatment with the use of smoke flavorings consist of carboxylic acid and phenolic components, which are responsible for taste and smell of smoking.
One of the ways to obtain liquid smoke is to dissolve combustion products in water. The smoke from burning hard wood like alder, apple tree, hackberry, or aspen becomes condensed. This mixture is separated into two parts, soluble and insoluble in water, for example, ash and wood tar. Then this condensate is purified. Harmful components are taken out of it like carcinogenic agents. The end product matures in tanks until it's ready. To check whether liquid smoke is as safe as they say, we decided to carry out a laboratory test. We took 2 samples of meat produce, uncooked sausage made in an oven and bacon treated with liquid smoke. The laboratory test is to determine the presence or absence of carcinogenic agents in the samples.
Polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons are typical carcinogenic agents. They emerge as a result of wood pyrolysis, get into products, mostly smoked, like that, but they can also be found in non-smoked foodstuffs. However, their amount is usually insignificant.
A comprehensive laboratory method of checking for carcinogenic agents allows to determine the slightest content of harmful substances, up to 1 nanogram, that's 1/1000th of a gram. First, the samples are dissolved in alkaline, then they are heated. A target fraction is isolated from the mixture. In this case, it's polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. Then their amount is determined. As the experts had expected, we didn't find any carcinogenic agents in bacon treated with liquid smoke.
The thing is that smoke flavoring does not contain harmful substances from the start. I mean, these are all allowed additives, and the smoke flavoring production technology provides for purification from harmful polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. That's why products of smokeless smoking are better in terms of safety compared to traditional smoking.
We managed to find carcinogenic agents in smoked sausage, yet in the allowed amount, 1 microgram per kilo. Our experiment has come to an end. Misha Maslov is holding 2 sausages in his hands, one with sodium nitrate and the other without it. How this additive influences the properties of the product, our presenter decided to find out with the help of an expert of a science research institute. Hello, Victoria. I haven't come to you empty-handed.
Good afternoon. What do you have here?
Look, I have 2 sausages, one with nitrate and the other without it. Can we compare them somehow?
We can compare them in terms of we can carry out organoleptic estimation.
A taste test, fine. And the bread? Maybe we need tea. I'm just not used to eating sausage this way.
Taste tests are carried out without bread.
Uh-huh.
Mikhail, let's estimate what the product looks like when it's cut.
Well, here, I guess everything is clearly seen. Yes, it's uniform, nice, rosy. And the other one? Well, it's even. Its color is unevenly distributed along the cut.
Not only is the color unevenly distributed, it is of disgusting gray color. The other one. First of all, we estimate the smell of the product before we pass to its color.
Well, it smells like sausage.
Well, smells of boiled raw meat with flavors. Can you smell it?
Well, yeah, I simply said sausage. Well, okay. Well, fine. If it smells boiled raw meat with flavors, let it be. Finally, the most long-awaited part, the taste test. First goes the sausage without sodium nitrate.
Well, what can we say about it? The sample has relevant consistency traditional for boiled sausage products. As for the taste, it has meat taste, and I can feel the smell of flavors added in the course of production. Nothing unwanted is seen here. Well, at least can be seen here.
Well, yes, apart from the color, like regular taste. Same sausage. Now we take the sample with sodium nitrate.
Don't you think it has more harmonious and better developed taste, unlike the first sample?
Well, in fact, I think the first sample and the second sample are absolutely similar. Maybe I have never thought of sausage in this respect, but for me, they're identical. Well, Misha Maslov and the expert are of dissenting opinions regarding the taste and smell of sausage. As for the way it looks, they totally agree. Well, if they were lying like that on the counter next to each other, we would probably choose the sample with nitrate. It looks nice and rosy. Taste tests are good, but I vote for the good old classic sandwich with sausage. I don't know whether it contains nitrates and glutamates, but it tastes fantastic.